Welcome everybody. Thank you for joining me for a 1-hour Yin and Yoga Nidra practice. My name is Tamara Maxim. As most of you know, my classes are now uploaded to YouTube right after this live share, so you're welcome to practice any of the classes that I have on YouTube. And you can find those classes under my name, Tamara Maxim. Also, if you'd like some nice music for your yoga practice, if you use Spotify, you can follow my account, Tamara YVR, and lots of good playlists there. So tonight we will be having what I like to call a sweet surrender class, and we'll be focusing on the kidney chi or energy, which the kidney meridian is located in the lower back. And so when the kidney chi or energy is balanced and revitalized, you will feel vibrant. So today we're going to focus on relaxing and releasing the kidney meridian area flowing through the lower back with a combination of passive back bends and forward folds. So allow yourself to surrender and enjoy the sweet release that I hope will take place for you. And you can find yourself in a nice tall seat to start, either sitting on your shin bones like I'm doing, or onto your seat or onto a block. Take a few moments to center with your breath. Maybe bring in a personal or collective intention for your practice. Maybe even a point of dedication where you'd like to share this energy. And I'll draw one extra intention card from this beautiful deck, the Living Peace cards, which I love. These have something meaningful within them. And tonight our extra intention, bonus intention, is consciousness. Being awake and aware of yourself, thoughts, and actions is central to mindful living and takes you beyond just existing. And in this particular practice, the Yin practice, we hold postures for time, so there's a lot of quiet, open space, and it's easy to get caught up and taken away into your thoughts and thinking about the past or the future, and removing ourselves from this moment. So see if as you're surrendering, as you're releasing and relaxing, can you stay focused and present here in this moment and be very conscious of what's happening all around you. And one of the ways to do that is to follow the breath. So stay connected to your inhalations and exhalations. We'll open our practice together with one beautiful sound of Om, and before we do that, it's really an opportune time to take a few cleansing deep breaths. So we'll take 3, and then the 4th breath, the 4th exhale will be for Om. Exhale and sigh out your mouth for the first 3 breaths. Take an inhale through your nose, let the breath lengthen your spine, reach up tall through the crown. Let something go. 2 more like that. Inhale. Last one. Inhale. Next breath for Om. Deep inhale. Let the Om pass through you and beyond you, rippling out from your heart center in all directions. Bow your mind into the beautiful light of your own heart. Remind yourself that your heart is the mind of this practice. Come back to your intention, the idea of consciousness, your dedication. Blink your eyes open if they're closed, and keep a soft gaze throughout the class. Eyes can be closed as much as you like. Release your palms down onto your thighs. A couple of more deep breaths here. And we'll make our way into our first posture tonight, which will be butterfly pose. So you can shift yourself onto your seat. Give your legs a little shake out in front. Maybe wiggle out your toes side to side. Lean back into your hands. And then when you're ready, bring the soles of your feet together. Let your knees come out wide. And you're welcome to use blocks underneath your outer thighs if you like. So you can place one block if you have them. Don't worry if you don't. I have a collection of couch cushions here, so you can really improvise. Sit up nice and tall. You're always welcome to sit onto a block or a bolster as well. As you exhale, let your body naturally fold forward just to your own edge. You can hold onto your feet or let your arms extend out in front. Maybe you have a pillow or a bolster. Sometimes it's kind of nice to place something that you can lean over top of or let your forehead relax onto. So right away, relaxing and releasing the kidney meridian, that space around the lower back that I mentioned earlier. When you relax the energy of the kidney meridian, the chi of the kidney, that vibrant energy starts to awaken. If you like, you can try to bring your forehead onto a pillow or cushion as well. This first posture, lots of time to soften in. So if you feel like you start to relax a little bit more, maybe you can release any props that you might be using. Let the chin come in toward the chest so the neck is long. If you're more open, your posture might go deeper. So maybe you can even wrap your hands around the tops of your feet or palms facing that forehead, coming toward the inner edge of your feet. If it feels good with time, you can always bring your heels closer to your groin or let the toes move further away to lengthen. And staying with that idea of consciousness, so releasing through the breath, the inhale breath, you lengthen up the whole back line of your body, from your hips all the way up the spine, right over the crown of the head to the forehead. And then let the spine soften. And one of the things that the kidneys do in the body is to filter out toxins. But we often think of toxins as things that we put into our body in the form of food or drinks. But we're often taking in a lot of toxic information. And I think right now we're especially taking in a lot of information that creates a lot of fear and anxiety, worry, stress. And how do we filter that through the body? How can we come out the other side still feeling okay when we see and hear of images and ideas and events that are happening all around us that are so difficult? Can we still find peace and relaxation? And really the best filter for all of that is the breath. As you inhale, let yourself feel peace. As you exhale, let something go. Just let it move away, even for a short time, just even the length of this class. And that's how you can become a filter for the things that we take in through our other senses, not just through the foods that we eat. Let's take 5 more deep breaths here, and feel free for the next few breaths to sigh out your mouth. That conscious deep breath puts you in a deeper state of release. It allows you to stay present here in this moment. Two more full breaths. Last deep inhale and a full exhale. Slowly roll yourself up, remove any props. Bring your knees together to touch and step your feet out wide to the edges of your mat. Knees are wide, and windshield wiper your knees side to side as you lean back into your hands. Take a few deep breaths each direction, inhaling through center, exhaling to the side, and maybe you can even turn your gaze down the opposite direction. 1 or 2 more breaths each way. Using these postures between to help neutralize the body. Coming back through center, cross over your ankles, come forward onto your hands and knees. A few rounds of cat and cow. To really awaken and lengthen the whole spine, palms underneath your shoulders, tuck your toes, knees under your hips. And something you can do that's really nice before you start is sit back towards your heels and then rock your body side to side. So go from your pinky toe edge to your big toe edge. Stretch through the balls of the feet. You might start to be wearing sandals these days or flip-flops, so your feet might be a little bit sore from these different style of shoes. Come back up through center. Take a few breaths here. Inhale, tailbone is up, tummy down, chest up. As you exhale, untuck the toes, root the tops of your feet down, round the spine, look toward your belly. At least 1 or 2 more rounds like that. The inhale, lengthen the spine forward and up. Exhale, round the spine, belly button tucks in, chin to chest, forehead toward your shins. Beautiful. Coming back through center, or find a neutral spine. And bring your knees forward and together and sit back onto your shin bones. And for some of you, you might need to sit up onto a block so you can separate your feet and sit up onto a block or 2. So this is the beginning of saddle pose. And if your shin bones are still together and you have the space, you can separate your feet and sit your hips right down onto the mat or to the block. Take your fingertips back behind you, turn your fingertips around and push the front of your chest up. And you're welcome to stay right here, or maybe start to turn your fingertips towards you, come onto flat palms, lean back, or maybe start to lower down onto your forearms. Maybe you can hug the soles of your feet with your hands. Maybe start to let the head go back. And you might even want to lean back onto a little pillow, or maybe you can lower yourself all the way down, coming into a full expression of saddle pose. I like to grab my opposite elbows here. Maybe you take a cactus arm or let your arms relax beside your body. Wherever you decide to be, make sure it's sustainable, that you're not pulling on the front of the thighs too much. It's not a super long hold here, but it is a hold. So you're relaxing the front of the thighs, relaxing the hip flexors, opening the chest, and it creates a little bit of a natural back bend here. It's more of a passive back bend. For some people, this pose is easier done with the knees out wide and toes touching. So if you prefer that pose, you're welcome to take that as well. And as you're inhaling here, feel the lengthening through the front line of the body. So the lower back is rounded here, or arched, and the belly is rounded. And depending on the position of your arms and your hands, maybe the chest lifts a little higher. So this, what my position, creates a little bit more back bend, helps to lift up the lungs and the heart. Try to press your knees toward the mat. Wherever you are, take 10 more deep breaths, and using that conscious deep breath to stay present, focused. Bringing awareness to your kidney meridian in the lower back. So if you're down on the mat like I am, you feel that arch in the lower back, a little bit of compression in the lower back. If you're higher up and you're leaning into your hands, see if you can still create that little bit of back bend, pressing the chest forward. Take about 5 more deep breaths. Last couple of breaths, feel free to sigh out your mouth. Making some noise. We'll slowly take our time to release out of the pose. Come forward, back onto your hands and knees. Stretch one leg really gently out back behind you and rock forward and back on those toes. And then switch your legs, bring that knee down, switch the opposite toes, tucked and stretching that leg back behind you. And then we'll lower down onto our forearms. Let the legs extend back behind and come all the way down onto the belly for Sphinx pose. Let the arms be parallel like number 11. Palms are flat, that's spread wide apart. Tops of the feet are pressing down, and now start to hug your elbows toward your hips as you pull the chest forward and up. And you're welcome to use a block or a bolster if you like underneath your forehead. It might be 2 blocks for some people. If you're okay pulling the chest forward and up and keeping the head up, that's fine too. You can stay here. So we're creating a little bit more compression now in the lower back, the back bend. So not exactly a passive back bend, but you also don't want to come up too high here. So go to the point of feeling the stretch and being able to sustain this lengthening of the chest forward and up. And you're welcome to stay here for the full hold of this pose, or just about a minute. I'll bring you into seal pose, which is a deeper back bend. See if you can get that action of pressing the hips down and dragging your elbows without moving them towards your hip points and pulling the chest up. Just about 4 more breaths like this, or you can stay for another minute after. And using that deep breath to really signal the parasympathetic nervous system to stay active, to override any urge to go back into the sympathetic system, the fight or flight zone. Stay here in a state of resting, relaxing. Now start to take your hands to the top corners of your mat. If you like to work into seal, extend your arms just straight and lift the belly up even more. You can gaze straight ahead. You can also hang the head down, chin to chest, or maybe start to look up and back. And for some people, it might feel good to take the feet and knees wide, bend your knees, bring your toes together to touch, and think of bringing the back of your head toward your big toes. Just a few more breaths here. Even walk your hands a little bit closer toward your hips. And take 3 deep breaths, wherever you are. Use your sigh. Get that sweet surrender and release. And after your last breath, slowly lower down. Let your legs relax, tops of the feet down. Make a little pillow with your hands. Let your forehead go straight down, or let your arms be beside you and turn your gaze to one side. We'll have 5 breaths and then switch the gaze if your gaze is to the side. And if it feels good, you can bend your knees and windshield wiper your legs a few times. Your gaze is to one side, turn to the other side, 5 breaths. You're ready, bring your gaze back through center. Take your knees wide, let your big toes touch again, press down into your hands, push yourself up and all the way back to Balasana Child Pose. And if you need, you can bring the knees together, let your forehead relax down. Take a deep inhale, maybe let your arms stretch all the way forward. Let the armpits pull toward the mat as you exhale. Take one more like this, lengthen the fingertips forward, lengthen the arms, Exhale, armpits descend down. And then let your arms soften completely. Slide them beside your body, palms facing up. And if you need to lay yourself over any props or blocks, you're welcome to do that as well. And here, before we really deepen into the posture, we'll take 3 Brahmari breaths. So the Brahmari breath is an exhalation with a humming sound, so the lips are closed. And this is a very deep note to your parasympathetic system to completely relax. It's a very nice way to soften everything. So really beautiful release for the back here. Take a deep inhale through your nose. 2 more from child pose. 1 more like that. Deep breath in through your nose. Brahmari breath. And then start to let the breath be soft and even. You can keep your arms where they are. Let the tops of the shoulders relax over the thighs. Feels good to hug onto a pillow, of course you can. There's a complete opening and surrender of the lower back. The chi from the kidneys, creating that vibrancy, that openness, that space. Stay conscious of what's happening around you. Feel the sensations on your skin. Notice the sounds, smells. Let your gaze be soft. Keep your 2 eyes closed, but your 3rd eye open, especially the 3rd eye straight down. There's incredible healing that takes place through this yin practice. So little effort, but so much benefit. So be aware that your thoughts are present, that your breath is deep, that you're focused here in this moment, sticking with your intentions, your dedication. You can count 12 more deep breaths and follow every breath like a golden trail through a peaceful forest, not to miss anything. See every sight, hear every sound, feel every sensation. And if you like, you're welcome to keep your arms beside your body. If you want, you can take 5 deep breaths on each side with your arms first extended out to the right, pulling the hips back and down to the left. 5 breaths here, and then switch to the other side. And this is an excellent way to release in the lower back. So bring full awareness to the kidneys residing in the lower back. Releasing any stagnation and tension there and going for that full effect of vibrancy. And slowly, if you're having the arms extended, walking over to the other side, 5 deep breaths. Your last breath, bring yourself back through center. One more full inhale and exhale here in Balasana Child Pose. Feel free to sigh out your mouth. Slowly, slowly, slowly roll yourself up. Come onto your seat, move your feet out from underneath you. Get your legs out in front and lean back into your hands. You can bend your knees if you like. Maybe even windshield wiper side to side. Relax the shoulders, the legs. Our next pose will be a half dragonfly pose. So take your right leg out to the right. Bring your left foot inside your right inner thigh and take your leg at an angle. So your chest starts to face forward, but then turn your body to the right. And you may want to have a cushion or props over top of your thigh. Take an inhale here, and as you exhale, gentle fold toward the right leg. You can come onto your palms, to blocks, to forearms. Maybe even lay something over top that you can lean on. Here's an example of just one of the many things that you can do to support yourself. And as you're here, be aware of the lengthening in the back so you can feel more of a stretch across the left side, of course in the back of your right leg as well. See if you can allow the forehead to soften down. And it's not really about how deep you go in the pose. It's really about experiencing the sweet surrender, giving yourself permission to be here now, to be present. Just do something so simple, just follow the breath. It's very complicated when we start to weave in the past and the present and the future together. So let the past be in the past, let the future come, and stay here now. Best place to be. Take a few more deep breaths here on the right side. When you're ready, slowly push yourself up. Release back into your hands again. You can windshield wiper the legs. That's one of my favorite releases, but you might have something else that works really nicely for you, so you can go there. And then when you're ready, you can set yourself up. Honey's doing the ultimate release for here. She had a big walk, so she's tired. Let your left leg come out to the left, sole of your right foot inside of your left leg. You start with your body facing forward, then turn yourself toward the left side, and you're welcome to use any kind of props that you like. When you're ready, lay yourself down. You feel that lengthening more in the right lower back, the back of the left thigh. But remembering that when you lengthen the spine, there's really a back line of the body that goes from the forehead all the way down the back, over the hips, all the way down the back of the legs to the left heel. So really the back line of the left side of your body is getting a really nice release here too. Try to mimic what you did on the other side. Find balance in the body. Keep reminding yourself of your intention and your breath. We're adding in some very passive forward folding here to get a sweet, gentle release of the lower back. Send the kidney meridian some love. Take your last few deep breaths here. Half dragonfly pose. Feel free to use that powerful sigh out below. Last one. When you're ready, slowly release yourself back up. Feel free to lean back into your hands again. Take any neutralizing position. And we'll prepare ourselves for full dragonfly. So a wide-legged seated forward fold. When you're ready, you can set yourself up and feel free to sit up onto the edge of a cushion or a block or a bolster. It's nice to put something in the center, and for some people you might need a little bit more height, or you can even push the bolster or a cushion in half and lay your forehead down or lay over top of it. There's lots of variations that you can do to support yourself here. We'll have a longer hold here in the center for this full dragonfly pose, so make it sustainable. Try to keep your legs active to start with. Press out through your heels, toes curling towards you, and then allow yourself to soften. Wherever you decide to be, focus on the passivity of the fold, the lower back lengthening. Might be more rounding in your spine, but that's okay because that helps to create the release as well. Remembering that the back line of the body is right over the forehead, all the way down the back side of the leg. So any amount that you fold creates that stretch. And if over time you feel like you can go deeper, it's okay to move and adjust and work toward your own edge. In traditional yin, we maybe try to hold the postures without props and allow the body to slowly soften. But if you are using props and you feel like over time you can release them, it's okay. Maybe one day you'll be practicing an entire class without props. Not meaning that you're any more successful, but just that you've found a way to let the body soften on its own. And I'll let you know if your head is turned when it's about halfway through, then you can switch to the other side. And as I said, maybe you feel at some point you can go a little deeper. showing a few different variations if you'd like to use them. We're about halfway through the pose, so if you've had your head turned to one side, feel free to turn it the other way. Allow your conscious deep breath to bring you into a deeper state of release, deeper state of relaxation, deeper state of surrender. And allowing that vibrant energy of the kidney meridian to be released. A beautiful flow of energy up and down the spine. Our lower back can be such a limitation in so much of our mobility, so much of our activity or day-to-day life. But hopefully you're feeling that softening and release there. See if you can take about 6 to 8 more deep breaths wherever you are. Last couple of breaths. Sigh out your mouth for the last one. As you're ready, take your time to gently push yourself back up. Gather in your legs, very tender on the back of the thighs and the knees. Bring your knees into your chest. Give yourself a nice hug, round in. Moving back into your hands enough to release your legs, give them a little shake. And now we'll take a straight forward fold, caterpillar pose. So move the flesh around your seat from side to side, and if you like, this cushion is a little bit big, but maybe take a smaller cushion, could be a big one if you like. Place it under your thighs if you want a little bit of a softer fold. Take an inhale, sit up nice and tall. Use your fingertips beside you to help elevate the chest. And then as you're ready, exhale and fold. And if you like, using blocks or cushions underneath your forehead. And here we can really feel that extension of the back line of the body from wrapping around the forehead all the way down the back of the spine. So be very conscious of the flow of energy here. And as with the other poses, as you start to release, maybe you can remove any props that you're using and work toward the edge naturally. Every time you breathe in, can you feel more expansion through the lower back? Not only side to side, but top to bottom. As you exhale, the belly becomes even closer and closer to the thighs, if not all the way resting down. There are certain parts of our body, like the lower back and the hamstrings, that create a lot of resistance and affect, like I was just saying, our mobility, our activity. And they take time to release, especially if for many years they've become very tight over time. So we can't expect that there's going to be some miraculous release after 1 or 2 yin practices or yoga practices, but you can help it along a lot by focusing on your breath. So use the breath as medicine, as a way to create the space, as a way to relax the nervous system so you're not resisting the relaxation. You're engaging in it. The more you can give yourself permission to release, the more you come into this state of equanimity and peace easily. Anything that we resist becomes difficult. So put down your resistance. Really give yourself fully to this idea of simply breathing and being. And then anytime you feel a state of stress or anxiety in the future, your body will kick back into that conscious deep breath, knowing that that's the medicine for that moment. That's the way to come back to the present, to step back from whatever is triggering you or whatever is creating anxiety, to step right back into the body through the breath. Speaking of which, take 5 more here. See if you can go even further into the pose. Take your time over the next couple of breaths to slowly release, coming all the way up. We'll make our way into a supported back bend, a supported bridge pose. So as you're ready, you can release that pose by leaning back into your hands again. Surrender the body. Imagine you're at the nice beach or sitting on your sun deck, wherever you like to relax. And then we'll make our way onto our backs, and make sure you have either a bolster or cushions or blocks or something that you can put underneath your sacrum as you lift your hips up. It doesn't have to be much, but something to support the sacrum so there's a little bit of arch in the back, chest is lifted, the head becomes below the heart, so there's a mild inversion here. Any variation of supported bridge pose that you like. And I love this feeling of the hips feeling heavy and surrendering, yet they're still being supported and lifted. And you're welcome to use more firm support, maybe of a block or books, some kind of box, and you can lift your hips up a little bit higher if you like. I like to turn my palms facing up in this particular position, gesture of surrender, openness, willingness. You can imagine energy pouring out of your palms and spreading out into the world around you. We'll stay here for a few more minutes, so really let go. Don't worry about the time or what you need to be doing. Just stay here. We'll take one final twist after this posture and work our way into Yoga Nidra and Shavasana for the ultimate sweet surrender. Let's take 5 more deep breaths here in supported bridge. Take your last couple of breaths with a nice sigh out the mouth. And then lift up your hips enough to release anything that you have underneath your sacrum. Squeeze your knees into your chest. Give yourself a nice hug. And we'll have an active twist here. So cactus the arms. And let your knees drop to the right and left a few times each side. So use your abdominals. Feel like you can even turn your head in the opposite direction of your knees. Feel that engagement around the core. And we'll stop for a few breaths on each side. So let your knees now come all the way to the right side. You can place your right hand on top of your left thigh. Take 5 deep breaths, looking toward the left side. Beautiful twist and release for the lower back, the kidney meridian. Encouraging that kidney chi to flow, be vibrant. One more full breath here. Bring your gaze back through center. Bring your hands down, palms flat onto the mat to help yourself get back through center. Then you can cactus your arms and let your knees fall to the left side gently. Left hand placing on the outer right near thigh, looking toward the right. Take 5 breaths. Conscious deep breaths. Last couple of breaths. Make sure you sigh out the mouth.
bring your hands back down to the mat. Bring your knees back into center. Give yourself a nice squeeze. Maybe you take a happy baby pose, so letting the knees come wide. Grab the outer edges of your feet. Maybe rock a little bit side to side. Or Viparita Karani, legs up and arms up. Something gentle, little inversion. When you're ready, after the few breaths that you can take here, make your way into a comfortable and supported Shavasana. So maybe you have pillows under your thighs, you let your legs long, let your arms long. Set yourself up so that you can stay in this posture for time for Yoga Nidra and followed by Shavasana. Yoga Nidra is yogic sleep, so not necessarily a time to fall asleep, but sometimes it happens. Definitely happens to me a lot. The idea is to move consciously through the body, so really with that theme in mind today, conscious awareness of every point in the body, and every time you drop a little bit of awareness into those parts of the body, you can help them relax just a little bit more. And you can really do this anytime. It's really easy to create mindful relaxation, and that's really what this is about, conscious mindful relaxation. So setting yourself up, getting yourself ready, maybe you're covered with a blanket, getting yourself warm, supported. Take a deep breath in through your nose and see if you can draw the breath all the way up to the crown of the head. And as you exhale, let the breath completely wash over you as if all the air could pass right out through your feet. Take another one. Inhale all the way to the crown of the head. And as you exhale, let the breath wash all the way over you, pouring right out the soles of your feet. And one more time. Inhale right to the crown of the head. This time as you exhale, let the breath travel all the way down your body, and all of it concentrating on the left foot, and even more specifically to the left big toe. Take a breath in here and start to relax your left big toe. And then let all of your toes relax. Your second toe, your third toe, your fourth toe, and your fifth toe. Let the entire fan of your toes relax. Let the sole of your foot relax. Let the top of your foot relax. Let your ankle and heel relax. Let your lower leg, your knee, and your upper leg relax. Let your left hip relax. Now take another deep breath in. Let it come all the way up to the crown of the head. And as you exhale, drop all the awareness down the right side of your body, all the way to your right foot, and specifically to the right big toe. Relax your right big toe, your second toe, your third toe, your fourth toe, and your fifth toe. Let the entire fan of your right toes relax. Take a deep breath in, and as you breathe out, relax the sole of your foot, relax the top of your foot. Keep breathing and relaxing your ankle, your heel, your lower leg, your knee, your upper leg, and your hip. Take a full breath in and notice the deep state of relaxation as you travel up toward the crown of your head and all the way back down to the soles of your feet, that both of your legs and feet are completely relaxed. Now take another breath in right up to the crown of the head. This time as you exhale, draw all of the awareness and energy all the way down your left side into your hand, all the way specifically to your left thumb. Relax your left thumb, your second finger, your third finger, your fourth finger, your fifth finger. Relax the entire fan of your fingers. Relax the palm of your hand. Relax the top of your hand. Relax your wrist. Relax your lower arm, your elbow, your upper arm, and your shoulder. The whole left side of your arm, relax. Your whole left leg, relax. Your whole right leg, relax. And now take a breath in right to the crown of the head. And as you exhale, drop that awareness all the way down the right side of your body into your right hand, specifically to your right thumb. Relax your right thumb, your second finger, your third finger, your fourth finger, your fifth finger. Let the fan of your right fingers relax. Relax the palm of your hand. Relax the top of your hand. Relax your wrist. Relax your lower arm, your elbow, your upper arm, and your shoulder. And feel the entire right arm relaxed. Both of your legs, both of your arms, both of your feet, and both of your hands completely relaxed as you breathe in and as you breathe out. The next time you breathe in, bring the awareness all the way up the spine to the crown of the head and let a wave of relaxation pass all the way down the back of the body. Relax the back of your head, back of your neck, your shoulders, the whole length of your spine, your hips, the whole back of your legs, your heels. Relax. Take another deep breath in, all the way up to the crown of the head, and this time like a wave of relaxation all the way down the front of the body, over the forehead, over your face, your ears, your jaw, your neck, your shoulders, your chest, your belly, your hips, your thighs, your knees and shins and the tops of your feet, the whole front line of your body relaxing. Take a breath in and see if you can draw energy up from the soles of your feet right up to the crown of your head and feel this smooth passage of energy flowing now. And as you exhale, like a big wave all the way back down. Pranavayu, apanavayu, the breath flowing up and down the spine. And stay here in this deep state of relaxation. With every breath in, feel your body expanding with this beautiful energy. As you exhale, surrender and soften. Let yourself be here, relax, sweetly surrender for as long as you like. Thank you so much for joining me for this Yin practice. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. See you again soon, virtually and hopefully in person on your mat. Namaste.